Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today we are going to review another slapped hand video. This one is titled This Eerie Video is Upsetting People, and here's why. Now, don't know exactly what we got that's gonna be upsetting people, but let's find out, shall we?
In this unsettling footage uploaded to TikTok by user Nightmare Fuel, we witness some eerie behaviour taking place at an old supermarket in a small town in Brazil. Locals report seeing strange figures rapidly moving back and forth through the windows both day and night, leaving the entire neighbourhood terrified. The video's description offers an eerie explanation. The supermarket is rumoured to have been built either directly on or adjacent to an ancient indigenous burial ground. Initially, neighbours suspected burglars when they first spotted multiple figures moving inside the property during the Christmas holiday, as the owners were away visiting relatives. However, upon closer inspection, witnesses noticed the figures displayed unnatural speed, sometimes even appearing to move backwards, and that some entities seemed unusually tall, suggesting something otherworldly. The owners were reportedly so shaken by these bizarre occurrences that they've abandoned the property, leaving it vacant ever since. Most chillingly, one of the final clips shows that the neighbours themselves seem to now be being watched by an unknown presence within the building. This is some really creepy footage. Could this supermarket truly be haunted by spirits disturbed from their sacred resting place? Or is there another explanation for these bizarre sightings?
Now, y'all, while I do enjoy me a good haunted grocery store, I've known quite a few of them before in my time. Those maybe be stories for later, but this right here, I feel like it's something else. Now, they say that the owners were going to a family's house around Christmas time. So, this, now, I'm not trying to say anything about a small town. I grew up in a small town, and I'm going to just say one thing, y'all. Poverty is real. Don't matter what country you're from, but poverty is real. So, what I'm thinking this could possibly be, because when they were talking about somebody watching them from that top and you saw a person like look like they were sneaking around, I think mainly what they caught here is maybe some squatters or something. They knew that the owners were away. It's a small town. Everybody talks. I don't care where you're from. A small town, everybody knows everybody. And they gonna talk and work around that they were gonna be gone from their grocery store. And so why not take advantage of it? I ain't saying it's right, at all. But that's how people think. There's a lot of people who think that way. So I'm not seeing anything really paranormal. I mean, yeah, some of these people are moving pretty quick, but then again, you got a light on. It's dead at night. And this is supposed to be a grocery store that's closed down. So it's safe to assume that they were trying to run and rush and get to where they need to go and try to get some of the stuff and try not to seem too intrusive about it. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't want people to sit there and see them. So, of course, you're going to be moving quick. If you don't want nobody to see you, you're going to either duck down a little bit more. Or if you not paying attention to that, you're going to run, right? So, I feel like this right here is definitely not paranormal. I think this is more along of the times of somebody seeing an opportunity. All right, now let's move on to the next one, shall we?
In a recent video, we featured unsettling footage uploaded to TikTok by user Charlie829 from Jalisco, Mexico. The clip captured the mysterious sound of a galloping horse passing by their home, yet strangely, no horse could be seen. Many speculated it could have been the infamous El Charro Negro, a legendary figure from Mexican folklore described as a shadowy rider on horseback, believed to appear as an omen of misfortune or death. Well, now, even more compelling footage has surfaced, this time captured in Tuxpan, Veracruz by YouTuber Bitakora Paranormal BCS. Filmed at 12:39 a.m, the video reveals a ghostly, transparent horse-drawn cart, referred to in the video as a death cart, swiftly racing through deserted streets. Viewers wonder if this chilling footage provides further proof of El Charro Negro riding through the darkness, haunting the streets of Mexico at night. Could these recent captures indicate that this legendary phantom continues to roam, reminding us that some old legends might hold a disturbing truth?
So I was doing a bit of research on this one right here, and I needed to do it while I was doing some of this editing and everything. And El Charro Negro, also known in English as the Black Cowboy. So, and the whole, black references to the color of the clothes. It's real dark, almost like pitch black outfits with like silver buttons and everything. So that's about the only thing you could really see. And the black sombrero goes over his face, kind of similar to the Grim Reaper. But from what the stories I was hearing about him and everything was that he is mainly kind of like the devil, really. You sit there and he'll give you it's supposed to be like a kind of like a way to ward off people on greed and things like that. He offers you money or wealth and things like that, but there's a price always with it. Ain't that always the case? There's always a price, So it's kind of more reminiscent to the devil, like especially if you know a lot of the Southern folklore, especially when it comes to back in the 1930s, 1940s, with the blues singers and everything, one of the more famous ones, he actually was supposedly met the devil at the crossroads, and that's how he was able to become really good with guitar and everything. So that's what I feel that is pretty reminiscent to. So, but back to the video instead of the actual character that they were talking about, El Charro Negro. I mean, the videos itself, the first one, it looks like an up-to-date camera phone that's actually going through with, the galloping. You hear of a horse across a asphalt, concrete type ground and everything. So I feel that could be easily set up with any sort of sound you got on your phone, or any sound effects that can be happening with that. So that could easily be played off and everything like that. As for the second video, that's an older camera system. It looks like an old-fashioned CCTV camera, and what it did, I think it just caught a regular person on a horse and carriage going through the streets at night. I mean, you have cars that come going across the streets and everything 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'm pretty certain if you ain't got a vehicle to drive through the streets and everything, you got a horse and buggy, I'm pretty sure you'll go anytime you need to go somewhere. So that's what I'm thinking was caught with that one. So I don't think we have anything dealing with El Charro Negro himself, because most of the time I never heard anything about a horse-drawn carriage with that. He's mainly on horseback, or people see him just standing on the side of a abandoned road. And some of the other ones, if he did make his appearance known to a whole town, it was more of like church bells ringing or something like that. Not exactly a horse-drawn carriage coming up through town and everything. So this right here, I'm gonna put this in the definitely misconstrued video footage, especially with the one with the CCTV camera that caught the horse-drawn carriage, and it's just the horse was going so fast that you really couldn't see everything. So let's move on now.
Some joked he was AFK or had become a real-life NPC, perhaps taking inventory in his virtual backpack. Others humorously speculated he was trying to escape the Matrix itself, becoming temporarily disconnected from our reality. Whether a playful prank or a genuine glitch in our world, this video definitely makes you wonder if reality is sometimes stranger than fiction.
I just I just have to laugh at this one right here. I mean, glitch in the Matrix, really? I'm sorry, at the end of the day, this kid is probably either drunk or on some really good stuff that's done made him high as a cat. I mean, I've seen this personally at music festivals and concerts and everything like that. And to even propose that this is a glitch in the Matrix is just astounding to me. So, I mean, there's not much to say here, but have a good laugh about people actually thinking that this person's done either trying to escape the Matrix or they got caught up in the Matrix glitch and everything like that. Oh my goodness, this one right here. I bet he's feeling real good right about now. You know what? I gotta calm down. Let's move on, alright? Wait, I just thought of something before we move on, though. But I'm just trying to figure out people actually wanting to send this type of video when. Now, I'm thinking about it, and I'm kind of sobering up from the laughter and everything. But to actually send this in, that sounds a little bit like a glitch in the Matrix myself. I mean, honestly, if you thought that this right here with this person just standing there just propped up on the side of by the garbage can, because I mean, hell, he could have been even waiting on somebody to get out of the bathroom. I'm not even sure. But to say that he was taking stock inventory of his backpack, now that was funny. But this video right here is just proof that people will try anything to get some sort of views, some sort of sensationalism, something with it. I mean, to me, he looks like he's probably feeling pretty good. He's feeling himself pretty good with that, whatever he's got. So let's just move on from it.
Chilling video uploaded to YouTube by user Betacora Paranormal BC's security footage captures a truly unsettling scene. At first glance, it appears to show an ordinary person walking down an empty street late at night. Yet as they continue their journey, several dogs suddenly become agitated, barking frantically at the passing figure. Moments later, the figure inexplicably begins to fade, gradually vanishing completely from sight, almost as if they were never there at all. Many believe animals possess a heightened ability to sense supernatural entities, detecting phenomena invisible to human eyes. Could this eerie security camera footage genuinely have captured a ghost wandering the streets, unaware they've already passed from this world?
Now, I know that animals do have a bit more heightened sense of smell, sight, hearing than an average human has, right? But this right here ain't that type of situation, in my personal opinion. Now, I did have an animal one time that would stare into a corner, and there wasn't anything around. I had done checked out around all around the house and everything like that to see what might have been irritating them and agitating them, right? And there was nothing there. So, I can vouch 100% on how animals, cats, dogs, whatever type of animal you have, how they can get agitated on something that you can't see, right? But this here is from the same person that showed the CCTV footage from the El Chato Negro clip that we saw earlier in this actual episode that we're doing. And so I'm kind of having a feeling it's probably maybe the same location, or it could be another location that has an older CCTV camera, because I don't know personally if these people just found them on the internet or what with these videos. But honestly, this right here is just a classic example of the older model security systems that people still have in their around their place of business or around their homes and things like that. That the frame rate is a lot lower than the normal modern what we got nowadays, like right, some of the Ring doorbells or just even some of your phones have a better quality than these security systems had back in the day. So this right here, I just feel like this is probably somebody who was walking the street at night or jogging, doing them exercises in the evening, whatever. Anyway, he was going from one place to another, and one of the dogs just didn't like that he was around that territory of that one dog, because honestly it wasn't several dogs that was after him, it was only two, and one of them looked like a little chihuahua. So I know once one dog gets riled up, the chihuahua is definitely gonna sit there and follow whatever dog gets riled up. So he had two dogs chasing him, and you could see where he kind of kicked out. If it was a ghost, honestly, even with an intelligent type of haunting or things like that, I seriously don't think that the first response of a ghost would be to go and try to kick at the dog to get it to go and get away from it. I mean, let's be honest, that's a little strange in itself right there. And the fact that he seems to have disappeared, I feel like he picked up his pace then when the second dog had came in and started trying to go after him, because you notice that the dogs actually stopped supposedly where the person had done quote unquote disappeared from. I think what it was the person finally got out of the area in which the dogs was, their area, their territory, the dog's territory. He's no longer in it, so they're gonna stop. That's what quite a few of them do, is once you get away from their area. I mean, there are a few that will go and chase and run and to their heart's content, and will either they'll run you down until they're tired or you're tired. But it's right here, it's more with the simple camera issue with the frame rates and everything. So let's move on.
This eerie footage, uploaded to YouTube by user Bitacora Paranormal BCs, was captured by a vehicle's dash cam along the isolated Vizquino Highway in Baja California Sur, Mexico. The clip initially appears quite ordinary, just a nighttime drive down a deserted stretch of road. But suddenly, something deeply unsettling comes into view. A ghostly figure can clearly be seen walking down the opposite side of the road. Given the isolated location and the late hour, viewers have struggled to explain who or what this mysterious figure could be. While specific ghost stories directly associated with the Vizcaíno Highway in Baja California Sur remain scarce, the broader region of Baja California is steeped in eerie legends and paranormal encounters that continue to intrigue both locals and travelers alike. One of the most notorious locations is La Rumorosa Highway, a winding and perilous stretch of road traversing the rugged Sierra de Juarez Mountains. Known for its breathtaking views as much as its hazardous driving conditions, this highway is infamous for countless supernatural sightings. Motorists have shared chilling encounters with phantom hitchhikers who mysteriously vanish upon approach, shadowy figures darting across the road, and even unsettling, alien-like entities glimpsed briefly in the darkness. Stories of eerie apparitions and inexplicable occurrences have transformed La Rumorosa into a location notorious not just for physical danger but for otherworldly mysteries as well. Further south, another chilling legend originates from the Colegio Salvatierra in Santa Rosalia, Baja California Sur. This respected educational institution harbours a tragic story from years past. A young girl reportedly choked to death after accidentally swallowing a marble while playing in the girl's bathroom. Since this unfortunate incident, generations of students have reported strange phenomena, including the unmistakable sound of marbles rolling across the bathroom floor, laughter echoing eerily from vacant stalls, and fleeting glimpses of a childlike figure wandering the corridors. These unsettling experiences have persisted through the years, embedding this legend firmly in local folklore and the school's storied history. Though direct reports from Vizcaíno Highway itself remain limited, these nearby tales illustrate the region's vibrant supernatural culture. Whether travelling the treacherous curves of La Rumorosa or exploring historic institutions like Colegio Salvatierra, the landscapes and landmarks of Baja California offer ample opportunities for encounters with the unknown, where legend and reality intriguingly intertwine.
And yet another one by the same uploader. So that's 3 in this episode right now from the same uploader. At first, I honestly didn't know where Callan was going with this. It's like, is this just talking about the supposed phantom on the road, or are we just talking about the haunted locations in Baja California? So, I can completely understand. There's a lot of places steeped in history and local legends of ghosts, of any fantastical things happening when in those areas. And that's all well and good, but for the main thing here with the supposed ghost on the highway and everything like that, honestly, if you pay really close attention in the beginning when the lights do hit the person, you see a shadow. It's kind of like a little bit darker than the rest of the whole area itself. And in all honesty, I think what this person's dash cam caught was just a person who maybe their car broke down or they just walking to get to town. You never know. There are people with no vehicles here in the United States in the year 2025. That is why we have Uber, Lyft, and all these other car services for people to get from point A to point B. But there are places that do not have these types of car services, like to pick up people and everything like that. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere down south or out in the Midwest, you don't have the luxury for these type of amenities. So, you got to use our old-fashioned methods of Tom and Jerry. Now, if you're old enough to know that, then I hope y'all like that little throwback right there. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, Tom and Jerry is your right and your left foot. So, this right here, I just feel like this is a case of somebody catching somebody hitchhiking on the side of the road. Now, I've heard of examples of people and ghostly encounters on highways. One of the main, I wouldn't even say main, the more most famous ones I've heard of is in Chicago, where a woman appears on the side of the road, and the person picks them up because they were going to a dance, or they were coming home from a dance, and when they take them, they ask where they need to go. Oh, they give them the address, the person goes, and it ends up being a cemetery. That is like one of the biggest ghost stories I've ever heard. I mean, I've heard that one when I was little. But this right here, I mean, most of the time when you see something like that, because I have seen strange things while driving, because I have drove a lot during my lifetime, and not just from my home to the grocery store. No, I've traveled majority of the East Coast. I've hit every state there is on the East Coast, and there's a lot of strange things you can find along your way on while driving. So this right here, I just is not one of those paranormal encounters. This is more just a human encounter. So let's just move on.
In a creepy TikTok video uploaded by user Men in Black Revelaciones, viewers are left baffled by a mysterious sight captured atop a skyscraper.
Vete pa'l carajo. Ese cabrón sale en gala. No, vete pa'l carajo, cabrón, no te creo.
The footage filmed from a neighbouring building shows what appears to be a giant, shadowy figure cloaked in dark robes, which, at first glance, is seemingly floating or hovering at the very edge of the rooftop.
Vete pa'l carajo. Ese cabrón sale en gala. No, vete pa'l carajo, cabrón, no te creo.
However, a closer look reveals that the figure is not floating at all, but rather perched right on the edge of the building. The unsettling nature of the footage has sparked intense debate online, with no clear explanation yet emerging for this strange, towering figure.
Cabrón, si él abre las manos, vete pa'l carajo. Ese cabrón sale en gala. No, vete pa'l carajo, cabrón, no te creo. No te creo.
I don't know about y'all, but when I first saw this video, I had to do a little bit of chuckle, just simply because the first thing that popped into my brain was, I am Batman. Sorry, I know, very, very dorky of me, but you know what? That was the first thing that popped into my mind. I mean, just listening to those guys talking and everything like that, they were trying to figure out what exactly was going on anyway, too. They knew for a fact that it was a man sitting there on the edge of or not even edge, ledge of the building and everything. So I feel like maybe they caught something where somebody was trying to, unfortunately, maybe unalive themselves, or they were looking and ended up seeing a possibility of maybe a movie production going on. That happens a lot. I mean, especially since I made a reference to Batman and everything like that. You never know, because a lot of places, if you don't pay attention to the news, you won't know if they are filming or anything like that in the area that you're living in, unless you specifically see the signs, or they have some sort of sign, let everybody know and things like that, that something like a movie set and everything's going on. But this looks like a large city, so you would have to know through like local news or local newspapers, things like that. You needed to be able to be in touch with exactly what's going on in your large city to be able to know that something's going on. An average person who's not paying attention to any local news is not going to be aware, and so therefore there might be that situation. As for the other situation I mentioned, I'm hoping that they didn't see something like that going on. I'm just hoping that this is more of a movie set and everything like that. But let's move on.
In this eerie footage uploaded to TikTok by user Ghost Hunter BCS, we see what appears to be a mysterious figure captured by a security camera.
Sí, sí se ve bien machito. Ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va. Ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va.
The brief clip, taken from CCTV footage, shows parts of a ghostly figure materialising. Oddly enough, only the hair, parts of the face, and portions of the body become visible, while the rest remains unseen. Security cameras are notorious for creating strange visual artifacts when recording moving objects, especially under low light conditions or poor video quality. These anomalies can cause objects to appear distorted, partially invisible, or transparent. However, what's truly unusual about this particular footage is how selectively parts of the figure appear, almost as though caught between two worlds. Could this simply be a glitch or distortion caused by the camera's recording process, or might we genuinely be seeing evidence of something paranormal captured on camera?
Sí, sí se ve bien machito. Ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va. Ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va.
Now, that's exactly what I've been talking about. The way Callan explained it is perfect. The low lighting and also the quality of cameras can cause this situation to occur where parts of the body can't be seen, or the person appears like they're moving super quick and things like that, because they're running and they almost appear invisible and they all of a sudden pop out of nowhere. Now, it's kind of strange that it only showed the person's head in it, but from what I'm gathering and what they're talking about and the people off camera and everything, the people are laughing, and then you hear the woman with her surprise like that going on in the background. I have a feeling that the person that's on the video is actually the woman that they're talking to off camera. And just the shocked impression is that they showed her the security footage and was getting a good kick out of it because of how she popped up on the security camera. They all probably just worked together and everything like that. And the gentleman was probably reviewing the camera and everything like that. And then he saw her walking. And this honestly looks like it's probably a parking lot or maybe a parking garage, something like that. And he probably like, let me... I know this isn't her name or anything like that, but let me tell Janet what she looked like on the video. And that's probably what they did, and that's why we got this sort of situation going on in the background of them talking and everything. So this right here is just poor quality camera at its finest. Let's move on.
This eerie footage, uploaded to TikTok by user Romita Paranormal, captures an unexplained event from the Mexican state of Guanajuato. As the figure moves across the scene, its body appears transparent, almost ghost-like. While it has been suggested that this could be authentic paranormal evidence, given the transparent nature of the apparition, it could be argued that the figure's sudden appearance is due to a camera glitch, perhaps similar to the previous video. However, Guanajuato's wealth of history and its unique blend of colonial and pre-Hispanic traditions make it a hotspot for paranormal tales. With its ancient streets, tunnels, and historic sites, the city continues to captivate those fascinated by the supernatural. Arguably, the most famous ghost story in Guanajuato is the tale involving two tragic lovers. According to legend, a young woman named Carmen fell in love with a poor miner named Luis. Her wealthy father disapproved, and upon discovering their secret meetings on the balconies across the narrow alley, stabbed Carmen to death. It's said their spirits remain in the alley, and couples who kiss there are said to receive 7 years of good luck, while those who fail to do so risk 7 years of misfortune. Perhaps the most chilling attraction in Guanajuato is the city's natural mummies, who have their own ghostly reputation. Visitors to the Museo de las Momias have reported strange phenomena, including whispers, footsteps, shadowy figures, and even apparitions moving among the exhibits. Some speculate that disturbing the dead by putting them on display has caused restless spirits to linger. So, considering Guanajuato's extensive haunted history, could this footage truly show a ghostly encounter, or is there another explanation behind the mysterious figure?
Well, this is the last video of this episode, and as you could tell, we have another situation of a poor quality camera here. If y'all noticed the little white, like almost like snowflake type things in the video, I think it's called jagging. But anyway, that right there can tell you that the quality of the camera is kind of running towards its expiration date, so to say. So this camera is not very great at capturing a lot of motion in general. I'm surprised it's picked up a good bit of stuff that it did pick up, to be honest with you. But yeah, this right here is just another instance of poor quality camera with a low frame rate to it. So it will make anybody appear like they've just popped up magically into the screen, or that they appear ghost-like and everything like that. So yeah, it's another situation of poor quality, like I said. And honestly, I don't see where any of this is upsetting anybody, and I don't see any of the reasons why. So here we are with yet another slapped ham compilation that came through, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. So like and subscribe. If there's anything else y'all want me to do, let me know down in the comments below. I mean, I've got plenty of my own personal stories that I could even talk to y'all about, so we don't have to do any more of the reactions. If y'all want to hear some of them, let me know. So until then, y'all have a nice rest of the day.